Happy snowy Sunday, everyone. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy Ritz here. Courage pays better than fear trading with another episode of Driven here on this magnificent snowy Sunday. No Sunday setup today because markets are closed tomorrow in honor of MLK Day. So we'll save the weekly prep video for tomorrow. And today, you get a Sunday setup video and you get to enjoy the snow with me. We're going for a little ride here, and I hope that you guys have had a tremendous weekend and you're enjoying it. You're enjoying your time with your family. I'm running a quick errand, and while I'm doing that, I'm recording this video. And so it's going to be a fun upcoming week in the markets. We got a lot in store here. We'll talk about what is on tap this week, and then I'll get into something else that I've been thinking about. But anyway, this week we have Netflix, who will be reporting earnings at close on Tuesday, and that's really the first report of the big boys. And we've been looking at Netflix's chart for quite some time. They are below the 200 and looking sketchy. Haven't been able to find any type of bounce whatsoever. We've seen this story before back in 2023 when they were dumping. And so we'll see how they are going to report on Tuesday. A lot of things that I want to see how they come up in the earnings report. One being the Christmas Day football games, which is, I think, the second year that they've done this. What was the impact there? What was the engagement from their audience? What is the impact and engagement from the final season of Stranger Things? I want to see if there's any discussion about that on the earnings call. And where this company's headed. Are there any tailwinds that are coming? You know, it's going to be very, very interesting to see. The last two times that they did report earnings, they went lower. So is it set up for a push higher potentially? But we'll see. They just haven't been able to gain any traction. And remember, the last time that they reported, they did have a 10-to-1 split. And since that split, they have been doing a whole lot of nothing. So that's the first thing that I'm watching this week. And the other thing too is we are supposed to get an opinion from the Supreme Court released on Tuesday about tariffs. I don't think the official ruling on the constitutionality of tariffs is coming until June. There's a lot of conflicting information out there. So it doesn't seem like that's going to be resolved this week, but we should get some information via that opinion that comes out on Tuesday. And then from there, we are going to get two major pieces of data on Thursday, and that's going to be GDP, and it's also PCE, the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation. And rest assured that both of those data points are going to drive the market. There will be significant moves as a result of them, and we just have to watch and see how things play out there. And in terms of the charts, what the charts are saying right now, and again, I'll have this covered in the setup. It'll be the Monday setup tomorrow, being that we're closed. We are extended. The SPX is extended. Now, it is making higher highs and higher lows, and the price is reaching really a point, an apex. But I think there's one particular index that I'm watching very closely that I think is going to have to rip in order for us to really push that next leg up in this bull market. And I could see that happening, and it makes sense, but that's the Qs. Now, the Qs is making lower highs and higher lows, so it is moving into a point as well. But uniquely, the Qs filled the overhead gap, and when it did that, it got rejected hard. But keep in mind, what is going to start? We're going to get major tech earnings coming. The Apples, the Amazons, the Microsofts, all the big boys are going to report. So we've kind of have just been moving sideways for quite some time. And that next leg up, that 7,000 plus, it is going to have to be led by the Qs. It's not the Russell 2000 isn't going to do it. The Dow Jones isn't going to do it. It's got to be the big boy tech companies. And so that's why I think we're seeing a risk off in major tech. A lot of the charts don't look really healthy. If you go look at Meta's, which just looks awful. If you go look at Microsoft's chart after that massive double top below the 200 bearish engulfing candle on Friday, their chart looks like trash. Nvidia, just a lot of sideways chop. Amazon trying, but can't really sustain anything. Apple, head and shoulders, dropping. Google, the only one that's really pushing, but are we going to see some rotation out of there into something else? And then Tesla had its ripper of a run, nearly tagged 500, but now it's coming down. So we'll see. And Broadcom, you know, they got punished their last earnings report. So I'm watching big tech. Big tech is important, and I think they're the key to 7,000. So let's watch. We're not going to get them this week. We are going to get Netflix, which I include in my Mag 9, just because they're just such a dominant company. But watching them Tuesday, and then next week will really be the big week, right? That's when it all goes down. That's when we get the real big boys. Netflix is kind of a second tier big boy. And big boy, I mean Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, all those guys. So that's what I'm watching. That's an overview of big data coming this week. And still hanging my hat on new all-time highs, break 7,000 mid-February, going to be flat and waiting for a correction. And at that point, I'll have the capital to deploy, ride higher, and that's what we're going to do. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all today. It's been a fun day out there. So I actually had my kids down in the garage. We got a little home gym down there. So all three of them were working out today, getting after it. It was pretty cool. I was like, this is a really neat moment. Yeah, I got my three little ones with me. We're down here exercising, and then we went outside. We got some sled riding in. So it was fun. It was a good day. Got a great workout in for Ironman, decent run, and life is good, man. Life is good. And the blueprint starts Tuesday. I can't wait. It is going to be amazing. Super excited for everyone who has signed up. We're going to learn so much. We're going to do so many great things together. Looking forward to that. And this coming week, we're going to start celebrating something. So you have to stay tuned for what that is. So that's coming. I'll reveal that later on. But that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a phenomenal Sunday. If your football team is still in it, best of luck to you out there. I know the Patriots and the Texans are playing right now. Best of luck to both organizations. Sorry, Bills fans, about your loss yesterday. Sorry, Niners fans. Congrats to Seahawks fans. Congrats to Broncos fans. I know Brian Gears, shout out to you. I know you're excited about your Broncos getting a win, even though you lost your starting quarterback. And then we got the Bears taking on the Rams later tonight. I got to cheer for the Bears for my guy Mike Jones. So I'm all in on the Bears for Mike. So that's it, guys. Have a great one. Lots of content coming this week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.